It's so easy to say no to a new idea. After all, new ideas cause change. They create uncertainty. And it's a lot less bother to do it the way we've always done it before. New ideas are resisted from boardrooms to shop floors all across the globe. I could fill this museum with examples. I'm Joel Barker, and I'm a futurist. For the past 2 decades, I've been working with corporations, institutions, and governments all over the world, helping them to anticipate revolutionary change. I've been studying why people resist new ideas, and I found a common pattern of resistance that has existed not just for decades, but for centuries. In Venice, between 1610 and 1633, the great scientist and inventor Galileo had to deal with that same pattern of resistance. He was trying to convince the leaders of the day that Copernicus was right when he claimed that the Earth revolved around the sun and not the other way around. On clear evenings, Galileo invited those leaders to climb to the top of the Tower of San Marco to use his new invention, the telescope. He wanted them to examine the discoveries he had made in the night sky that confirmed the claims of Copernicus. They were not convinced. In fact, Galileo so antagonized the voices of authority that he was threatened with torture and forced to publicly recant his revolutionary concepts. Even after recanting, they placed him under house arrest for the remainder of his life. And you thought it was tough selling your ideas. In the end, history vindicated Galileo. But the question here is, what kept those men from appreciating his revolutionary new idea? And why does it keep happening, even today? Why? Why do people everywhere, in every culture, resist new ideas? That's the question I've been studying for more than 20 years. And I believe a powerful part of the answer lies within the pages of a book written by scientific historian Thomas Kuhn. It contains a concept that can enhance your ability to innovate, increase your capacity to lead, and help you to discover the future. You see, it all has to do with paradigms. I first ran into the word paradigm in Thomas Kuhn's book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. When you look up paradigm in the dictionary, you find it means pattern or model. Let me offer you an extended definition. A paradigm is a system of rules and regulations that does 2 things. First, some of the rules set limits or establish boundaries, just like a pattern sets the edges. Then the rest of the rules offer you guidance on how to be successful by solving problems that exist inside those boundaries. In a sense, they offer you a model for problem solving. So a paradigm is a problem-solving system, and a paradigm shift is when you change from one set of rules to another. In his book, Thomas Kuhn explored how paradigms affected scientists. He discovered that scientific paradigms act like filters that screen data coming into the scientist's mind. Data that agreed with the scientist's paradigm passed through those filters easily. In fact, scientists saw agreeable data amazingly well. That's positive and valuable. But Kuhn also discovered a startling negative effect. Some kinds of data were very difficult for the scientist to perceive. What kind? Data that didn't match the scientist's expectations. In fact, the more exceptional the data was, the more trouble scientists had dealing with it. For all intents and purposes, that data was invisible. Now, let me put Kuhn's findings in more general terms. All human beings, not just scientists, have paradigms that influence the way we see the world. We all constantly select that data that best fits our rules and try to ignore the rest. As a result, what may be perfectly obvious to a person with one paradigm may be totally imperceptible to someone with a different paradigm, because each paradigm filters the world in a different way. I call this filtering phenomenon the paradigm effect, and it is the paradigm effect that makes dealing with change and anticipating the future so difficult.